Hey there, it's Pete with GCI Turf. I hope you're having a great day today. And if you're new to the channel, if this is the first time you're watching me, what I do here is I show you how to have a nice yard. I like for my turf to be green, lush, thick, dense, and absolutely drop dead gorgeous. And that's what I do here, is give you all kind of tips and tricks and pointers and how to and do this and do that so that you can have a nice yard too. If you go back through all my videos on the channel, I've got over 800 videos posted already. I put up at least one video a week, sometimes two, and if I'm feeling good, it may even be three. So make sure you subscribe and hit that little bell. That way every time I post a video, you'll know about it. So those of you that watch regular, you know that this area used to be grass. My 3 crepe myrtles here, I got a maple over here, the whole side's lined with cryptomeria. So that creates a lot of shade over here. And what happens is the turf does okay in the spring, does pretty good. And as the leaves come up on the trees, the canopy start getting thicker, shades us out even more. And when that happens, that's gonna limit the photosynthesis that happens, and plants gotta have light. You know what I mean? At least turf type tall fescue does. And what happens is this thins out. And I don't like looking at thin turf. I like my turf thick and lush and dense and happy. And right here, the turf just isn't all that happy. So I possibly have 2 projects going on. I know there's gonna be one right here. Possibly I'm gonna do another one down there. I'll show you in just a second. So here's a little quick tip. This is kind of how I arrived at this. I laid the garden hose out like I wanted the shape of the bed, and I took my string trimmer and just like I edged the beds out, and I come right on the outside edge of the garden hose and went really slow, and I drew a line using the weed eater string. Okay, that's this line that you see right here come from the weed eater string. Then I got on the inside and turned my weed eater the normal way you would use it, and I took the weed eater string and I scalped this area down. You can see how there's dirt right here. It's about a little 1 or 2 inch gap right here. It's nothing but dirt. I scalped that area down. Now the reason I did that is so when I come through and spray my Roundup, I don't get any Roundup on the grass I want to keep. I don't want the Roundup over here. I wanted it over here. So that's why I created like a border between my good grass and the grass I wanted to take out. And of course I sprayed the Roundup late in the afternoon when there's 0 wind. I didn't do a lot of pumping with my backpack sprayer, so I used a very, very low pressure so there would be 0 drift. And I came down through here and used my fan tip nozzle, and I only sprayed a pattern about this wide, 2 or 3 inches wide. And I come down through here and kind of edged it out. And then as I moved over this way further, I could, hold my nozzle off the ground a little bit higher and cover a larger area. And so I sprayed that and it killed it off dead as a hammer. So now we can talk about the project. So I got a pretty nice open area right here where the crepe myrtles are kind of over there, cryptomeria is over here. So I think a fire pit would be really cool to stick it somewhere right about here. Talked with my wife and she thinks a fire pit would be pretty cool as well. The patio pavers on my patio that I built my patio with, they come from Lowe's. Hopefully they still have that same color, and we would come in here and build some type of probably a circular pattern patio. Of course it would be quite a bit bigger than the actual fire pit, so we could put some chairs and that kind of thing around it. So your job is to, oh shoot. Neighbors walking down the street, boy, I still get nervous when that happens. So your job is to tell me a brand name of a fire pit. I don't want nothing super big and gaudy. It doesn't have to be really humongous or nothing. Like I said, I don't have a tremendous amount of space to work with, but I think I've got enough to put a fire pit in and decorate a little bit around it. So comment below, give me your ideas on a fire pit, and me and my wife will read them. We'll do Google searches and we'll find the one that you tell us about, and we'll look into it. And then when we get to that point and buy the thing, I'll show you the whole process out here, start to finish, the patio, the fire pit, the chairs, the whole 9 yards. So let's go over here to this area. This might surprise some of you, but let's go look at it. So in this area out here, this grass doesn't do too bad. The only purpose this area serves is it's nothing but grass, okay? My wife and I have been trying to think of something like a outdoor, maybe call it a recreation area, outdoor hangout area or something like that. And I had the idea, why not put a synthetic putting green over here? I used to be a big time golfer. I absolutely love golf. I played at scratch for a long time, and when you got 3 kids and I run 3 companies, so it's extremely difficult to find time to play golf anymore. But if we were to put a synthetic putting green out here, that would kind of let me play into that passion a little bit and give us a environment out here where we could kind of come hang out as a family, have little putt-putt tournaments and all kind of things. So if I decide to do this, obviously the putting green would actually follow the existing shape of the bed, except over here I would make it wider, but on the right side it would actually follow the shape of this bed, and it would just kind of tie in and bleed in right up to the back side of the fire pit, which would be right over here to my left. That way you could come right off the fire pit patio, walk right onto the putting green and have at it. More than likely I would take out this section of bed just to give the putting green some good width, and the putting green would kind of come right through here. I'm gonna put an overhead shot up on the screen right now and kind of outline the area that I'm thinking about putting this synthetic putting green. That way you'll have a real good visual on it. And now we're in the front yard, and what I would do is just take this bed over here and tie it into this bed over here and just kind of arc it around. That way everything would kind of flow together. So of course the putting green wouldn't butt up right against the grass. I would continue to pine needles on, and I don't know, maybe 2, 3, 4 foot into the area would be pine needles, and then that's when the actual putting green itself would start. So comment below, let me know on both those. Let me know the brand or product name of a particular fire pit you think I might be interested in. I'll check it out. And then also let me know in the comments below, what do you think about a putting green over here? I think that would be really cool. It'd make for some really That's just really weird. People are really out walking the streets in the neighborhood now, and it just looks weird, me standing here talking to a camera. But let me know on the putting green, the synthetic putting green, and I'll look into that. That would make for a lot of really cool videos on how to do all that, and it would give me the opportunity to learn how to do it as well. That's that, and as always, I appreciate you taking time out of your day to watch. I'll check you later.